Pagani. The idea was to create a timeless car. This is the third Pagani car in almost 25 years of history, after C8, C9, now C10 Utopia. The challenge was great because of the customer and fans' expectation that was very high. Therefore, the responsibility was very important. Creating a timeless vehicle is very difficult because you have to explore new shapes. You have to do some research on beauty, to test, to observe, to question. What are you doing to try to create it in the best possible way? As a designer, as a creative, you have to fly with your imagination. And then when you have to make technical decisions, you have to put your feet firmly on the ground. A car is made up of more than 5,000 components. These 5,000 components require to be studied in depth. They cannot be simply thought because, as in an orchestra, all musicians must play in harmony. It is enough that only one of them is out of tune to make it seem like the whole orchestra is out of tune. When I started making the first sketches in my bedroom, where I have the drawing board, I immediately wrote the name Utopia. I've kept it a secret until the last few weeks. Why Utopia? Because it is a story. It is a story that gives you the possibility to continue to imagine something that exists or does not exist. It can be seen as something beautiful or as something ugly. We leave all the interpretation to the observer, to the customer who buys it, and continues this utopian path towards the knowledge of the car. We put our heart, our passion into it, strength, sacrifice, renunciation, and also the suffering within Utopia. And the path was beautiful, more than 4,000 drawings, 10 scale models, 1 model for the wind tunnel, 2 models in 1-to-1 scale, and hundreds of ideas during these 6 years. Together, with a very young team, full of energy, with all the colleagues of Pagani, we have done our very best. We have suffered. We have been wrong. We went further, and we tried to create a simple and clean car. On this path, Leonardo da Vinci has always accompanied us, which more than 500 years ago left us a very beautiful message. Art and science can walk hand in hand. In a world dominated by electrification and automation, one man stands firm in his belief that driving should be an art form. Enter the Pagani Utopia, a car that is more than just a machine. It's a statement, a sculpture, and perhaps the greatest testament, Horacio Pagani's enduring legacy. But what makes this hypercar so special, and how does it reflect the philosophy of the man who created it? The Pagani Utopia is the third chapter in the story of Pagani Automobili, following the iconic Zonda and Huayra. But this car isn't just an evolution, it's a reinvention. While most manufacturers race towards electrification, Horacio Pagani has doubled down on the purity of the internal combustion engine. At its heart lies a 6-litre twin-turbocharged V12, developed exclusively by Mercedes-AMG. It delivers an astounding 864 horsepower and 1,100 Newton-meters of torque, while meeting every most stringent emission standards. This is performance engineering at its finest, blending power with responsibility. And then there's the gearbox. In an age of dual-clutch automatics and paddle shifters, the Utopia offers something rare, a 7-speed manual transmission. This is driving as it's meant to be, visceral, tactile, and connected. For Horacio Pagani, the act of shifting gears is as much a part of the experience as the sound of the engine or the feel of the road. The Utopia's design is equally remarkable. Built around a carbon titanium monocoque, it's both incredibly strong and incredibly light. Every surface has been meticulously sculpted, not just for aesthetics, but for aerodynamic performance. Pagani has once again fused art with science, creating a car that is beautiful to look at as it is thrilling to drive. To understand the Utopia, you have to understand Horacio Pagani. For him, every car is more than a collection of parts. It's a piece of art. He often cites Leonardo da Vinci as his greatest inspiration, blending functionality with beauty in everything he creates. The Utopia is a reflection of this philosophy. Its name itself speaks volumes. Utopia, represents an ideal world, a place where art, engineering, and passion coexists in perfect harmony. Pagani designed this car for drivers, not algorithms. Its simplicity and lightness are deliberate, a pushback against the complexity of modern supercars. The interior is no different. Every detail, from the hand-polished aluminium dials to the exposed gear shifter, has been crafted with care. There are no screens, no distractions, just timeless design. It's a space that invites you to focus on the joy of driving. With the Utopia, Horacio Pagani has cemented his place as one of the greatest visionaries in automotive history. While others chase trends, Pagani stays true to his values, creates cars that evoke emotion, spark wonder, and stand as the testament to the artistry of engineering. The Utopia isn't just a car, it's a legacy. It reminds us that in a world of automation, there is still room for craftsmanship. In an industry obsessed with numbers, there is still a place for dreams. Pagani Utopia is a love letter to the art of driving and a celebration of what makes us human, our creativity, our passion, and our desire to push boundaries. For Horacio Pagani, this car isn't just the next chapter in his story. It's a symbol of everything he stands for, because at the end of the day, the Pagani Utopia isn't about the destination, it's about the journey of a dreamer who turned his vision into reality. They caress the mind, touch the heart, point the way, keep the time. They reveal everything about us, our past, present, and maybe even our future. They teach, they create, they remember. Hands are extraordinary. We search and research. We innovate, we experiment with technology. We have always done so and always will. Many of these works have come to life. Some will in the future. And some might remain just a dream. Woe to those who have none. To those dreams, we are able to give both a shape and a name.